Chris Harrison is speaking out about Rachael Kirkconnell's controversial resurface. Last week, the Bachelor contestant, who is competing for the affection of Matt James, the first ever black bachelor, received criticism after a Redditor shared photos of the Georgia native at a 2018 fraternity formal, which the social media user described as an antebellum plantation. The pictures followed a series of accusations about Kirkconnell's alleged social media behavior, as well as an allegation from a TikTok user who claimed to have been bullied by the graphic designer. And Harrison shared his thoughts on these accusations during a recent interview on Extra with Rachael Lindsay, the franchise's first black bet. First and foremost, I don't know, the franchise host said. I haven't talked to Ray, and this is, again, where we all need to have a little grace, a little understanding, a little compassion. Because I've seen some stuff online, again this judge jury executioner thing, where people are just tearing this girl's life apart and diving into, like, her parents and her parents. It's unbelievably alarming to watch this. I haven't heard Rachael speak, and until I actually hear this woman have a chance to speak, who am I to say any of this? He then addressed the response to the re-emerge photos. I saw a picture of her at a sorority party 5 years ago and that's it. Like, boom. Like, okay. Well, this girl is in this book now. And she's now in this group. Really? After hearing his answer, Lindsay pointed out the picture was from 2018 at an Old South antebellum party, noting that's not a good look. Still, Harrison continued with his argument. Well, Rachael, is it a good look in 2018? Or, is it not a good look in 2021? Because there's a big difference. Lindsay made it clear it's not a good look ever because she's celebrating the Old South, the lawyer turned extra correspondent. If I went to that party, what would I represent at that party? Harrison said he didn't disagree. You're 100% right. In 2021, he stated. That was not the case in 2018. And again, I'm not defending, I just know that, I don't know, 50 million people did that in 2018. That was a type of party that a lot of people went to. And again, I'm not defending it, I didn't go to it. He also assumed Kirkconnell didn't think through her actions at the time. My guess? These girls got dressed up and went to a party and had a great time. They were 18 years old. Now, does that make it okay? I don't know, Rachael, you tell me. But where is this lens we're holding up, and was that lens available, and were we all looking through it in 2018? I don't know. I don't have these answers. Rachael explained that's the problem. We weren't looking through those lenses, and we should have been. The season 13 leads. And just because it was a popular party, you know, doesn't necessarily make. She also said it's frustrating that the public hasn't heard from Kirkconnell, claiming that there's nothing that contractually stops her from speaking. However, Harrison countered it's a slippery slope and that you're not going to please the woke police is out there, he later added. And this poor girl Rachael, who has just been thrown to the lions, I don't know how you are equipped when you have never done this before, to be woke enough, to be eloquent enough, to be ready to. Trending stories. One of the biggest revelations from Priyanka Chopra's book, Unfinished 2. Scott Disick welcomes adorable new member to the family. The tragically similar fates of Bobby Christina Brown and Whitney Houston. After he guessed Kirkconnell needs a little time, Lindsay pointed out it's been weeks since the first allegations came out. However, Harrison said Kirkconnell will have her time to speak. But it looks like it won't be at the Women Tell All, as Harrison said. As for whether the Bachelor franchise will address the allegations, Harrison said they wouldn't saying anything until Kirk. I don't think it is incumbent upon the Bachelor franchise to speak out on everything that everyone wants to hear about on social media, he said. Just because, you know, the toxic relationships or bullying, or whatever, it's like, why hasn't the franchise talked about this? Why hasn't it talked about Rachael? We're not in the business of dealing with every problem that you have. That's not how this works. We don't have the time of day to handle everything that people come up with on. What I do think is interesting, is the show does push these social issues. In terms of James' thoughts on the accusations, he spoke out during an interview with Entertainment. I have not spoken to anybody since the show ended, he said earlier this month, but I would say that you have to be really careful about what you are doing on social. Rumors are dark and nasty and can ruin people's lives. So I would give people the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully she will have her time to speak on that. There's a lot of stuff going around about the women that were involved, and I would just give them a chance to kind of have their piece, whether that is someone who was gone night one or someone who went home last night. Everyone has a story, and I would just be receptive to that. News has reached out to Harrison's rep and ABC.